So, how do you deal with people who really don't like you? Worse, hate you? Well, Joseph teaches us a few lessons in chapter 37 and basically all his life on how to deal with haters. My name is Ndowetlam San and welcome to the channel. We are on the Dreamer series, available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts from. And this is just an extension of what we've been learning or going through the story of Joseph. So, how do you deal with people who don't like you? How do you deal with people who hate you, who don't want to see you succeed, want to destroy you, perhaps, in worse cases? Well, basically, Joseph teaches us a few lessons. The first lesson that I learned from Joseph is that you don't retaliate, you don't do anything against those who seem to not like you or fight against you. Don't retaliate, don't do anything. We don't find Joseph hurling insults at his brothers as they did to him. We don't find him fighting against them. We don't find him being vengeful even after he's in a position of power. Instead, Joseph does not do anything. He maintains a posture of love towards his brothers. And that's the same thing that we need to do. If we pay attention to the haters and we use our energy to fight them, then we will not have the energy to be able to focus on what is important. The devil tries to take our energy away from what is important. And what is not so important are people who trying to detract us and distract us from the mission and the path that God has laid out for our lives. God had laid out a destiny for Joseph, and had he taken the time to focus on everyone who was trying to detract him, he wouldn't have reached that destiny. Instead, he focused on the God-given purpose and mission that that God had laid out for his life. I think something that is very important as well, that you have to appreciate about the story in terms of not retaliating, is that one of the reasons why we have to recognize that retaliating does not help is that this is not a physical battle. The physical battle is only a manifestation of the spiritual warfare that is happening. The Bible says that we are not fighting against flesh and blood. We're just fighting against principalities and powers. It is the devil who employs these people at a service to fight, to try and disturb and detract us, to remove our focus away from God so that we might focus on Him and we might focus on these people. If your focus is not on God, the devil is happy. The devil wants by all means to keep our eyes away from God. And if we take the time to focus on our haters, then we've taken the time away from God. We've taken our focus away from God and we are focusing on the enemy, and the enemy is happy. We please the devil when we entertain everything that he tries to throw against us. As this is a spiritual battle, that means that it is not our fight. It is God's fight to win. It is God's fight to battle. In the Bible says, Exodus 14:14, that I, the Lord, will fight for you. Therefore, just stay calm. Be still. Don't do anything. I, the Lord, will fight. The Lord has promised that He will fight for us. So we need not do anything. We need not fight. We need not retaliate. God will be the one who takes the place of battle. God will be the one who fights on our behalf. That means we just need to keep our eyes focused on Him, keep our eyes focused on the mission and the call that is important that He has called us to. And then number two, which I love about the story of Joseph, is forgive. Don't don't return what is bad with bad. Don't don't hate just because you are hated. Love. Instead of uh, returning the hate that you're receiving, show love. Not because they deserve it, no. Just like Christ did on the cross to us and those who are crucifying Him. Forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. As I said, that this is a spiritual battle. It is the devil who is behind them. That is why Jesus says, "Get thee behind me, Satan," at one point, because he could see right through Peter that, no, this was the devil speaking through him. And when we see all of these things happening to us, we need to realize that it is the devil who is trying to take us down. Therefore, we need not hold grudges or hold anything against those people. This is not by their own doing. I mean, obviously you could say, Uti, they've allowed the devil to use them and stuff. But to be honest with you, just forgive. Love. God calls us to forgive. God calls us to love. The Bible says, love your enemies. Love those who hate you. Do it. You have nothing to lose. It's very hard. It goes against our nature. But that's what children of God are called to do. That's what we are called to do as Christians. To love just like Christ did. Love those who don't deserve to be loved in our eyes. Who have done everything to show that these people, it's very hard to love them. Just like Joseph and God, love anyways. Just love. For love is the greatest example or showcase of the God that we serve. Thank you very much for watching this. The full Bible study is available on Spotify, yes, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts from. I'd suggest that you listen to it. I went more in depth. This was just, yeah, I was being Kapezul in Zulu. I don't know what it is in English. Anyway, subscribe, share, and like. Bye.